Good evening everyone, Play45 here. So, we just got a new season in Fortnite, which is the Simpsons season. And in this video I kinda just wanted to give my early impressions on the season. So yeah, let's just get right into it. So first, I want to talk about the Battle Pass. So the Battle Pass this season is a lot shorter since it's a mini season. So first we have Marge Simpson, and I do really like this skin. I think they captured Marge really well into this game. And yeah, I don't really have that much else to say about the skin. Then we have Blinky Fish Stick. Now I will say I'm not the biggest fans of these like Simpsons Fortnite mashup skins. But this is at least one of the better ones, even though it's like one of the only two ones we have so far. I think it's at least better than the other one we have, which I will get into later. Then we have Ned Flanders, which I'm really happy about. Ned is one of my favorite characters in The Simpsons, so I'm really happy to see him in the game. Then as the max tier skin we have Homer Simpson, and he is just epic. I think they captured Homer really well and I'm super excited to get him. And finally, as the secret skin, we have Springfield or Peely. And yeah, this skin is kind of a monstrosity. It's horrifying. Look, I don't really think the eyes and the mouth really work that well on Peely. I don't like this skin. I don't really like this skin, honestly. But yeah, that was the Battle Pass. Overall, I think the Battle Pass is really solid, and I'm really happy with how they translated these Simpsons skins in the game. But now I also want to talk about last season's mini live event leading up to the Simpsons season, cause I have some thoughts on that. Now I will say, the mini live event, I did think it was pretty solid, but there were still some stuff I didn't like about it. So first, I just want to go over the positive stuff first. I thought the first part of the live event was really cool, especially when we saw the Dark Presence just not fully revealed, but he had some aura. Then we got into the Simpsons style, and I will say a lot of the stuff that happened in like the Simpsons style looked good. And I really liked how Hope and Jones looked in the Simpsons style. I thought they looked pretty good. And I thought a lot of the stuff in like the Simpsons animation style was good and was pretty funny. The thing I didn't really like was that they revealed the design of the Dark Presence in the Simpsons style. That dude had so much aura and just lost it immediately when we entered the Simpsons style. I do wish they actually revealed the full design in like the Fortnite style, because I bet he looks a lot cooler there. The fact that they revealed his design in the Simpsons style was not the best decision in my opinion, because they had been hyping him up throughout like the entire chapter. So it's kind of unfortunate that they revealed his full design like this. But yeah, other than that, I did think the live event was pretty solid. Although the leakers were hyping this live event up a lot, with like them saying that this is like what storyline fans had been waiting for. And as a storyline fan, I can say that this wasn't exactly what I was waiting for when it comes to storyline, but I still thought the live event was solid. Now, let's get into the actual gameplay. And by gameplay, I mean first the map. The map isn't exactly gameplay, but it's like a part of the gameplay since you are on the map. So yeah, let's have a look at the map. So I actually think the map is pretty solid. First, I want to say the cell shading actually looks good in my opinion, because I was so scared that the cell shading was gonna be bad, because Fortnite cell shading has been a little hit or miss throughout the years. But I do think the cell shading here looks pretty good, and that is important because like the entire map is cell shaded. And also, as a Simpsons fan, I do really like a lot of these locations. And also, what were they thinking with adding a name location called Cletus's Cornhole? What the hell is that name? Cletus's Cornhole? I mean, I love the name, but Cletus's Cornhole? But yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff on the map and a lot of cool Simpsons references. Hell, this entire map is basically just a Simpsons reference because, again, it's a Simpsons map. And I do think it's also kind of cool that they made an entire map for just one mini season. I do think it's pretty cool that they did that, and it had to have taken a lot of effort. Also, speaking of the map, since it's gonna be gone in like the end of the month, I really hope that we get like some Simpsons stuff in creative in UEFN, because I would really like to see some Simpsons maps, because they have a lot of Simpsons stuff here, so it would be so cool to have some of it in creative. But now I want to talk a little bit about the loot pool, because I think the loot pool this season is pretty solid. Like, I don't always have that much to say about the loot pool, because like, I'm not that picky on guns, but there are some guns I really like in the loot pool this season. Like, they brought back the tactical shotgun, which I'm so happy about. That is like one of my favorite shotguns like ever in Fortnite. They also brought back the thunder shotgun, which I'm also a big fan of. And perhaps my favorite weapon this season is Mr. Blasty. I think this weapon is so satisfying to use, honestly. It's just so satisfying to actually hit your opponents with it, and especially the one you get from the Krusty the Clown boss, because that has some really good movement, and when you shoot your opponents they get balloons, and you get balloons, which makes the movement great. So yeah, the loot pool this season is actually really solid in my opinion. And now, there is one thing I'd like to talk about with this season that I'm not a big fan of at all, which are the sidekicks. Now I will say, the idea of sidekicks is really cool. I really like the idea of just having a pet follow you around throughout your match. And I also really just like it in general, because I think it's really fun to just play and have a sidekick follow you around and you can like pet it and stuff. But there are some things I absolutely hate about this. And that is the fact that your customizations to it are permanent. Like if you want to, for example, change the fur color or something, that is permanent. And if you want to change the fur color, for example, again, you have to buy another of the same sidekick. I knew Epic Games was greedy, but really? This is so anti-consumer. It's just an awful decision. I don't know if I'm really gonna buy any pets at all. Like, I might just stick with the banana dog and the Bonesy pet when I get that, because I have the Bonesy pet from season 6. But like, other than that, like, yeah, it's a little tempting to buy the doggo pet. But then again, first of all, it sucks so much that you can't customize it any further after like your first customization. And second of all, it's expensive as hell. These pets cost anywhere from 1,200 V-Bucks to 1,500. You can get a skin for that price. What the hell are these prices? Like, the prices and the anti-consumer stuff with this, it just makes the pets not awful, because again, there are some really fun things with it, but it just sucks that they're like this. Because I was actually really excited for the pets, because again, I love the concept of them, but Epic Games just dropped the ball with them, honestly. And one last thing I do want to say, I think the Battle Bus intro this season is really cool, honestly. I just love that it tries to like recreate the Simpsons intro. But yeah, those were my early impressions on the Simpsons season. Now, I thought this season was surprisingly fun. I might be a little biased since I am a Simpsons fan, but from like before this season came out, when like we heard the leaks, I was kind of worried, because like I didn't really think an entire Simpsons season would work. But I have been proven wrong. I think at least so far, this season is pretty solid. But anyways, I want to hear from you guys. What do you think about the Simpsons season so far? Let me know in the comments below. But I'll see you guys next time. Bye!